Hello, everybody. Buongiorno from Italy. So, I hope you enjoy this podcast that I just recorded. I am in my hotel room at Parco di Principe in Roma, Italy. And I did say that I was going to see if I could show you where I am. So, I'm going to try and do that. This podcast is all about bodies, okay? You have a body, I have a body. It's all about bodies. I do have an advanced body class starting in Croatia, in Opača, on the 8th of June. If you have the prerequisites, if you can come, I would love you to come. Apparently the place is friggin' beautiful on the seaside. It's summer in Europe, so, why not? If you can, that's great. If not, I'm just really inviting you in this podcast to be aware of your body, be present with your body, and have way too much joy with your body. So here I am in Roma. I love it. I love that we're right near a big park. My body likes that we're right near a big park as well. So enjoy the podcast. Big hugs to you. Don't forget to subscribe. You'll get the show notes, etc. And if you're listening to this, well, maybe you might want to check us out on YouTube and subscribe to that as well. Thanks, everybody. Ciao. Arrivederci. Buona giornata. Thank you for tuning into or watching the Choice, Change and Action podcast. My name is Simone Milasas and I am your host. Your choice creates your future. Every choice you make, action you take, you create a change for you and the world. Please enjoy this podcast. Don't take it too seriously. Don't take me too seriously. Don't trust me. Trust you. You are the one that knows what will work for you. And have way too much fun enjoying your choices. Hello, everybody. So I am in Roma, Italy. So buongiorno, because it is morning for me. I'm looking outside. I'll see if I can show you a little bit afterwards. So if you're listening, you might want to jump over to YouTube as well. I'm at the Parco di Principe, and one of the most beautiful things about here in Rome is like we're in the middle of Rome, and there's this massive park right next to the hotel, which also means massive park means lots of birds. So this morning I was up at like 5 a.m. and it's like the sound of silence with all the birds is just so friggin' beautiful. There's also a zoo next door to this hotel, which we've been coming here for a very long time. And I remember years ago, I was sitting on my balcony having a glass of wine with my friend Katerina, and I went, is that a zebra? Zebra, you might say. Zebra, depends. And there was a zebra across the way. And that's when I realized, oh, there's actually a zoo across the way here. So it's actually really nice to be here in the middle of Rome, in the middle of a city, and still have so much nature around you as well. So one of the things I wanted to talk about today is bodies. I am in Europe for a couple of months. I have, a bunch of classes on, and I also gave myself a lot of space to just be. I just had a week at the castle in Castle Borgone in Italy. I'm part owner of a castle there, and oh my goodness, the sense of peace there is incredible. There's like, I don't know, if you could say you could like pocket, like you could, wrap up this space and put it in something, it's like so tangible, and yet there's like nothing there. It's so nurturing for my body to be there. So I made sure that I was including things like that on this trip. After here, we've got facilitator training here, and after here I head to Croatia, to Opača. I'm actually doing an advanced body class there. And I've got quite a few days beforehand as well. And I've never been there, and I'm looking it up, and, there's like nature and, hiking, etc. And the sea, of course. So I will ask my body when I'm there what it would like to do, what it would like to be, what it would like to create. I will ask my body what is joyful for my body. Now, if you've been listening to my podcast for a while, you would know that I have had, I guess, a lot of different things go on with my body over the years, but especially in the past 18 months, I would say. This is the first big trip that I've done since I ended up in hospital last end of October, because I couldn't walk by ambulance. Very dramatic. And from that, though, I was super grateful because I got a CT scan so I could have a look and see what was actually going on with my spine, what was going on with my body, what my body was asking for. And I've noticed that, since then I've spoken so much about, the different tools and different ways to be in communion with your body and not choose from conflict. And the majority of us will always choose from conflict with our body. We don't tend to choose from being in communion. To be honest, I had no idea what the hell that was. I thought that I was choosing with my body and for my body, and realized that, you can choose better than others and better than you've ever chosen before, but are you actually choosing from true communion with your body? And I'll give you an example where, like I said, we're in Rome at facilitated training. We had day one yesterday. And as soon as I sat down, I went, oh, this chair is so not comfortable. But I went, that's okay. I can handle this. Which, over the years I have handled that. And I started to just be really aware of my body on stage. And I was crossing my legs, right over left, left over right, and then having my legs not be crossed and trying to stretch my glutes at the same time as, as being on stage, etc. And seeing what I could choose and change. But by the time we finished class, my body was really sore. And then I jumped in, a taxi, one of those vans that is like, oh my God, they have no suspension whatsoever. Jumped in that, went to lunch, went to the restaurant, did sit outside and went, God, this chair's so uncomfortable. So we did change to move inside. But the whole time I was at lunch, beautiful food, great company, all of that and more. My body was not happy that we went from sitting on stage to sitting in a taxi to now sitting at a restaurant. And I knew it and I didn't choose to change anything. So by the time I got back yesterday, my body was in quite a bit of pain. And I've learned now that, so one of the things, if you have lower back pain, here's what I've always noticed too, is if you have a pain in your body, it's usually not that's where the where you need to put your attention. I don't really want to say problem because it's not a problem to me. I think it's an energy. It's my body is giving me information. So, but we would generally go, oh, the problem is my lower back. Well, let's start with that. What if there is no problem? Because the problem is, if you think there's a problem, you'll create a problem, right? And you also, the problem is that if you think that there's a problem and you have this like intensity, right? How many times do you judge the intensity as bad? Like this is a wrongness, and then you get stuck in it. So what I'm going to say is everything that is, will you please destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, provids, and beyonds. And that's the Access Consciousness Clearing Statement. If you don't know all about it, you can check it out at theclearingstatement.com. What if your body is the gift that you've never acknowledged? Just even be with that for a moment. So what I'd like you to do right now is like put your hands on your body somewhere, anywhere. I tend to sort of put my hands on one on my tummy and then one on my like around my thymus area. As you've just got your hands on your body, you can close your eyes if you desire. If you're driving, please don't. And just I want you to put your attention on your body. Now, as you put your attention on your body, just wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Do both at the same time if you desire, or one at a time, whatever works for you. And I want you to be aware of the earth, engage with the earth, tap into the energy of the earth, and what is the earth desirous to give to you? I want you to pull energy up from the entirety of the earth up into your body, so up through your feet. Now, I'm on the sixth floor of a building right now. I am looking out and I can see, lots of trees and birds, etc. Doesn't matter where you are, okay? Even if it's 6 floors up, you can still pull energy from the earth into your feet. And as you do, maybe wiggle your toes, move your ankles around, up through your entire body, every molecule, up through your legs. And just ask for this sense of space. And this sense of space that you can have and you can be with your body. And what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, possibilities, power, potency, and profitability can you be with your body that would allow you to be in total communion? And everything at that is times a godzillion where you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. And I'm going to ask you again, what if your body is the gift that you've never acknowledged? And everything it doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive with and as and from your body, where you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Now, as you perceive all of this, like just space, energy in your body, every molecule, just say hi. Hi, body. Good morning. Buongiorno. And just allow it to be. And then say hello to all of your organs. I mean, so many people look at the outside of their body, but what about all those beautiful, yummy organs? Your liver, your kidneys, your large intestine, your small intestine, your spleen, your heart, your lungs, all of it. All of the fiber tissue, the nerve connections that you have, your spine. Now, as you pull up the energy from the earth, go through every vertebrae of your spine. And just you can move it around gently if you choose. And just acknowledge that there's space between the molecules. And how many of you have been creating your body as a judgeable offense? And everything that is where you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. There is a body process that we have in Access Consciousness, and I often run it on myself. And if you can get somebody else to run it, it's amazing. Just as someone's lying down, it's like put your hands on the soles of their feet and ask for the restoration of communion with Earth. And all you have to do when you're running body processes and Access is just ask for that energy. It doesn't have to be on a full moon, it doesn't have to be at a certain time of day. You're just asking. And by request, you are asking for that energy, the restoration of communion with Earth. Now, you may not be able to touch your own feet, but what I tend to do is I just put my hands on my body somewhere and I ask for that restoration of communion with Earth and ask that energy to run. Okay, so when you're asking that energy to run, you're asking that energy to be with your body. And everything that is times a godzillion, right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Take a breath in and just acknowledge every molecule of your body. And again, your attention may go to something. Like it could be like just then my attention went to my lungs, perhaps because I was taking a breath. It's like, but where did your attention go to? What about your shoulders? Your shoulders are amazing. It's like just move them around a little bit. It's like they have so much movement in your shoulders. Stretch it out, stretch your body out a little bit and ask, what would be joyful for you today, body? And everything it doesn't allow you to perceive what would be joyful for your body today, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, pock and pot, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. So what I've noticed is after yesterday, my body was quite intense. Now, I have learned not to make the intensity wrong. I've learned to listen to that and go, okay, what is this? What are you asking me for, body? And there is this like, I wonder if I can describe this. There's this yummy nurturing energy that I have learned to have with my body when I am being in communion with it. It is such a sense of relaxation. I'm aware of everything and everyone around me, and yet what everyone and everything is choosing or being is not relevant to what I can be with my body. There's like this flow, this no judgment, a sense of ease, a sense of peace, a sense of joy from a really expansive place. So even if you can just tap into that for a moment, what would it take for you to be that with your body, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with, no matter what it is that you have on today? And what if that is like this gifting and receiving that you have with your body and with the earth? And everything it doesn't allow you to acknowledge that that's a choice that you can choose to be in total communion with your body, where you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. So what I looked at last night, I got somebody to work on me, and I got my bars run as well. And then this morning I woke up super early, and I know for me that if I'm sitting on stage for hours, on end, my body is asking me to also have some sort of movement. Now, here's the thing. I used to go to, it has to be a lot of movement. It has to be going for a run. It has to be, has to be, has to be. That is not being in question with your body. That is going to a conclusion with your body. So this morning I woke up and I was like, okay, body, what is it that you desire? And I did these stretches for my glutes and my hamstrings that I just sat in a stretch, like for 2 minutes, just sat into a stretch, took a big breath, and then did another stretch and sat in that stretch for a couple of minutes. And I noticed that energy is what my body was asking for. And now, like, I guess I've asked my body so many questions that there's this space that it shows me when it goes, yeah, that's it. And when I know when I have that, yeah, that's it, that moment, I'm like, okay, now what else is possible? Also, never ever going to the conclusion that where you are functioning from is the right choice, or it's, this is the only choice, etc. It's like, okay, now what else is possible? So, what energy, space, consciousness, choice, magic, miracles, mysteries, possibilities, power, potency, and profitability can you be with your body that would allow you to be in question and never judge and never conclude with your body? Only ask to receive and be the joy with your body. And everything at that is times a godzillion when you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. And even just today, it's like, what if you start today? And you may be listening to this right now and have a sense of communion with your body. And then in 2 minutes' time, you're, brushing your teeth, you're going off and doing something, and you quote unquote forget. That's okay. What if you could ask to talk to your body all day? Ask, body, please show me. And when I ask my body to show me, what I get is this sense of, it's like the molecules are open in my body. They're open to receiving. And I mean, science literally says that when you are open to receiving, or your body is attracted to something, or, it's like leaning forward, maybe it's a food or a person, or, a flower or something like that, your body will lean into it. So your molecules are literally opening up into receiving this. And then if you are around someone who maybe is, judgmental, or there's a food or a drink that your body's like, no, or whatever that is, it's like your body starts to contract. The molecules will contract and pull away from it. Like, your body is really smart. Okay. Yeah. What if we actually listen to it? So as you listen to your body, it's like, I notice that there's this space between my molecules and they're open. Now, here's the thing. How many of you have decided that if your molecules were that open and you were that much relaxation, that you would be too vulnerable? So how many judgments do you have of being vulnerable? Vulnerable is not a weakness. Vulnerable is a strength. So everywhere that you haven't allowed yourself to be so vulnerable with your body, will you destroy and uncreate it? Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. And as you're talking to your body, ask. It's like, okay, so what is your judgment of your body right now? See, there's an energy. So everything that that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. What does it mean to you to have a body? See, there's a different energy. And that's the way access consciousness works. It's like when you're asking a question, something will show up that will give you more information, more clarity. So being at that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. And if you are asking your body to change in any way, don't ask for it to change because you've decided something is wrong. Okay. Your body will change as fast as you allow it. If you have a judgment of your body, then you will not allow it to change. And I know for myself, for so long, I judged the size and the shape of my body. And when I finally made the choice to sort of go, okay, this is not working, I need to choose something different here. And I started to change that, then the size and the shape of my body started changing. Interesting too, I have not been in Europe for 7 months, and there's a few people I've seen and they've gone, oh my God, Simone, your body looks amazing. You've changed so much. I haven't noticed that because I'm with my body every day, but to have other people perceive that has been really interesting as well. So, and I know I started asking for more flexibility and more strength. So, what are you asking for with your body? And I also started, I've got this stuff going on with my skin, and I started judging that. And then only the other day, I was like, wow, if I stop judging it too, I've been asking for my body for information, which has been amazing. The information it's been giving me, it's been a wonderful, wonderful, you know, not really a roller coaster ride because it doesn't have that like, woo, but it's been a really in-depth, more so relaxation relationship with my body, which is I've been thoroughly enjoying. And it gets so boring when I've got total strangers, I'm not kidding you, come up to me and go, wow, what is that? What is that on your arm? What is that on your body? And they'll ask me a question about it, and it gets really boring having to, address that all the time. And hey, who cares? I don't really care. Other people make it relevant. So as other people make it relevant, it's called granular annulomery that I have on my skin. And as other people make it relevant, it became more relevant to me. And so the other day I was lying in bed and I went, wow, what if this was not relevant? And what if I could ask my skin to change? Just that. And I have no idea what this is going to look like. I have no idea how this shows up. But I know being in question and being in communion with my body creates change. And like I said before, not change from something needs to be fixed, not change from there is a problem, change from, okay, could we ask for something greater here? So, what if you could ask for something greater with your body? So, relax with your body, acknowledge the brilliant, beautiful, amazing gift that your body is for you today. No matter what's going on, I don't know, maybe you've got a sprained ankle or a sore knee or something or a crook neck. Don't judge it. Ask, okay, so body, what are you actually asking of me today? What gift are you that I have not yet acknowledged? And and ask for that joy with your body, that sense of peace. And everything that doesn't allow you to choose that and choose beyond judgment, we destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. Breathe, acknowledge, and ask to be in communion with your body. And when you are that space and nothing but that space, then everything starts to open up. There is a possibility and an expansiveness for you and your body. Are you willing to receive it? That's my question. Are you willing to receive, as I said before, the gift that your body is, that you perhaps have never acknowledged? And everything that is times a godzillion when you destroy and uncreate it. Right and wrong, good and bad, POC and POD, all nine shorts, boys, perverts, and beyonds. I am going to make a strong recommendation that if you have the prerequisites, please get yourself to a body class, an Access Consciousness body class. The body processes are such a gift. And for myself, I was so interested in the questions and the processing and the conversation with Access to begin with. And I was like, "Meh," to bars and body work. Because for me, I was like, my body is sort of annoying. It's like I could move so much faster if it wasn't for my body. This is a long time ago. This is like 23 years ago. Okay. And it's taken me a long time to sort of chip away at that. Now, the gift that I'm acknowledging is having a body, being with this body, being on this planet. I don't think we've even touched the surface of what's available. Like, what else is truly available with us and our bodies? So, if you can, please get yourself to a 3-day body class and have way too much fun with your body today. Big hugs from Italy. Ciao. Well, did you like this podcast? Love it? Hate it? Inspired by it? Can you do me a favor? Can you please write a comment, share it, like it? If you are listening on Spotify or Apple, could you tick a few stars for us? Leave a review. It's all such a contribution, and I am immensely grateful. Follow us on Instagram at Choice, Change and Action, and drop into our DMs and let us know what you would like next. When you subscribe to the show notes, you will receive a brief summary and any questions or tools we used and links to anything we discussed during the show. It might make your life easier. What if we asked for that? A life of ease, joy, and glory.